skates. Yeah. Radical skates. Yes, gnarly they are. Yes.
The sport of inline skating has come a long way. Today, there are well over 1 million people using inline skates for fun and fitness, making inline skating one of the fastest growing sports in the United States. As the sport grows, each skater has the responsibility to skate safely. In this video, Start and Stop, 2 members of Team Rollerblade, Bruce Jackson and Jill Schultz, will be teaching you the basics you'll need to skate safely.
Since you'll be spending a lot of time on your rollerblade skates, you want to make sure that you choose a skate that fits you comfortably. And the best way to do that is to choose a skate that fits snugly. You want your toes to go to the end of the boot and just barely touch the end when you're standing up in your skates. It's also recommended that you wear a medium weight athletic sock in your rollerblade skates. Then all you have to do is lace them up. Make sure you tighten them snugly around the ankles. That'll give you lateral support. Keep your heel in place, and you're ready to go skate. That's it. The best thing about inline skating is that once you've bought your skates, they're practically maintenance-free. There's only 2 things you need to worry about. One is rotating your wheels. They'll tend to wear on the inside, and all you need to do is flip the wheels around so the worn side is on the outside periodically, and that way they'll wear evenly throughout the months and years of skating. The other is the heel brake, which tends to wear down, and you'll notice when you're having to tilt your foot at an extreme angle that your brake's worn down too much and it's time to get a new one. And all of this is real easy to do. It's explained in the official Rollerblade Owner's Handbook, and it's all you have to do. Remember, rotate the wheels, change the heel brake, you're set.
You're not ready to skate unless you're wearing a full set of protective gear. First, you need your helmet, wrist guards, knee pads, and elbow pads. Now, the 2 most important parts of your protective gear are a helmet and wrist guards. And when you really want to get into the action, elbow pads and knee pads.
Now that you're all set with your skates and your protective gear, a good idea is to find a nice patch of grass, and for the first time getting used to standing up on your rollerblade skates, go out on the grass and get your balance out there. If the weather doesn't allow you to be outdoors that day, you can do the same thing indoors on carpet. Okay, now that we're here, we want to start with an exercise called the duck walk. And the purpose of this exercise is to get used to not only your balance on each foot, but to get used to pushing off the inside edge. Because when you skate on your rollerblade skates, you never want to push straight back. You want your feet, the toes pointed out like a duck, so that when you do go to the pavement, you begin to stroke, you'll be pushing off on the full blade inside edge. So what you do is start with your feet out and slowly start walking forward. keeping your toes pointed out just like a duck, which is why it's called a duck walk. And you want to gradually start gaining speed and get used to running in a slow run until you feel comfortable with this position with your toes pointing out. Once you're ready with that, head out into a large, smooth, flat, paved area, free of potholes and sticks and rocks, and slowly get used to your balance, and then you can begin skating. The first thing you're going to want to learn is the proper balance on your inline skates. And the best way to do this is to stand with your feet right under your shoulders, slightly bend your knees, keeping your weight forward and your weight also slightly on the balls of your feet. A lot of inline skaters the first time make the mistake of standing up too straight, and some even lean back too far. This isn't really correct. The correct way, again, is to keep your knees slightly bent, and also bending forward, pushing your shins against the tongue of the skate will also give you a real good feel for inline skating, the proper balance. Once you have the feeling for the basic balance on your inline skates, you're ready to learn the basic stride. The best way to do this is to start rolling at a moderate speed with your knees slightly bent. Taking one foot, you push it out to the side. You don't want to push it straight back. Push directly out to the side off of the full row of wheels off of the inside edge. Keeping all your weight balanced over the skating foot, slowly bring that foot back in, replace it, and repeat the motion on the other side. Just keep repeating this motion, pushing out to the side, and be sure to remember to keep your arms slightly in front of you with your weight over your knees, and don't let your arms fly around or start flailing wildly. It could throw you off balance. And after that, all you have to do is practice and you'll be skating everywhere.
Now that you learn how to start, you must learn how to stop. This is how I do it. First, I extend my right foot forward where the brake is located. I bend my knees, pronating them as if I was snow plowing from a ski technique, relaxing my upper body, getting my hands out in front of me in case I fall. Now, starting from the beginning, I relax my upper body, go into a straight glide, bending at the knees. I get my right foot forward in front of my other skate, applying very little pressure to the skate, so I can come to a very slow stop.
Another good way to stop is called the T-stop. And what you want to do is when you're skating at a moderate speed in a straight line is first get your balance on 2 feet, slightly bend your knees, and then maintaining most of your balance on one foot with the knees still bent, you extend one foot out behind and slightly to the side with the toes pointed out perpendicular to your skating foot, and lay the entire inside edge of your blade against the pavement and apply pressure to the pavement using your inside thigh and the inside edge of your skate, and that will slowly bring you to a stop.
This is called the power slide. The power slide is an advanced stop. You want to drag the right foot behind you, doing a half rotation, sliding on the front portion of the skate with all your pressure and all your balance on your inner skate, which will be your left skate if you're gliding with your right skate.
In addition to stopping, there's also a good way of slowing yourself down, and that's called skating the grass. All you have to do is, as you're skating along, bend both knees, prepare yourself on both feet, veer off to the side onto the grass, and just hold your balance, hold your feet steady, and you'll gradually slow to a stop. And there you have it. In addition to skating the grass, if you're skating at a little bit slower speed, all you have to do is step off onto the grass with a couple steps and be sure to keep your knees again slightly bent and your weight centered over top of your feet, and you'll be there. Now that you've learned how to start and stop, the next thing we want to move on to is turning. And in order to turn properly, you need to know the proper use of your edges. So what you want to do is start standing with your feet right under your shoulders, bend your knees slightly, and just shift your weight from side to side using your hips and your knees, and that should give you the right feel for both your inside and outside edges. In order to complete a turn, you basically use the same skills you use in edging. Although this time, you want to bend your knees slightly more, turn your shoulders, hands, and knees towards the left, place most of your weight on your right inside edge, and this should bring you into a good left turn. If you want, you can also continue out of the turn and go right into your forward crossovers, or you can also bear down harder on the edges, and this will bring you to a stop. In order to do all this to the right, you simply just reverse the directions. It's always a good idea to start every skate slowly, warm up by getting the blood flowing through your muscles, and then gradually work up to the tougher part of your workout. And when you're finished skating, we always recommend that you do a light stretch, especially on your quadriceps and your hamstrings, your hips and your calves. Those are the muscles that are most commonly used in inline skating. And by doing this, doing a light stretch after you've worked out, once the blood has been flowing through your muscles, it'll help prevent you from being so sore the next day when you go out to skate again.
To skate safely, you got to skate smart. And remember the rollerblade rules of the road.
Always wear a helmet, wrist guards, elbow pads, and knee pads. Be sure to control your speed, whether you're slaloming down a hill or skating on level ground. Always skate on the right side of paths, trails, and sidewalks. When passing pedestrians, cyclists, or even other skaters on the path, be sure to pass on the left, and it's a good idea to just yell, "On your left." A few things that are best to avoid while you're out skating are sand, oil, water, and any rough surfaces. Don't forget, traffic regulations apply to skaters also. Watch out for cars and avoid skating around heavy traffic. Always yield for pedestrians, and of course, be courteous at all times. Pay attention and keep your eyes on the road. Be sure you learn the 3 basic skating skills, which are turning, controlling your speed, and stopping, and then you're ready to go out and have fun and skate smart.
You got to skate smart. And remember the rollerblade rules of the road.
First things for your skates, never do this.
Don't get up!